Okay, despite fighting a slight cold upon getting up this morning, I'm ready to go for case number 19. I got a little tired last night. A murder of crows. And we're heading off to Kansas. Matthew, this place is like a fairy tale, but all I can think about is Gwen's nightmares. Arthur Darkwood says Gwen's tormented by a demon she locked eyes with when it was in human form, and now the beast is mining her head for information. Luckily, Darkwood put up sigils in our campers to stop demons from teleporting in and attacking us. But we really need that mind protection spell the witches promised us. Which brings us to Kansas, to the famous amusement park, Aquamarine City. The crimson blooms in the witch's enigma are the poppies that grow here. Matthew, you can't imagine how much I wanted to go to Aquamarine City when I was a kid, but none of my foster parents would take me there. What's that, Matthew? You can see a lion sleeping under the apple tree over there? What's a lion doing in Kansas? Let's go to the tree and take a closer look, but be careful in case it wakes up. It's like something from the Wizard of Oz. Just a moment, folks. Sorry, I had to deal with the spit and other stuff. Don't quite see the faded sign. There we go. Matthew, this isn't a lion. It's a dude in a lion suit. And he's not unconscious. He's dead. Someone tied him up and then made these holes all over him. But they're too small to be bullet holes. What's clear is that he's been murdered, Matthew. Why is he in a lion suit? Do you think he works at the amusement park? You're right. This torn up ticket could lead us to someone who might have witnessed the guy's death. And we should recover the writing on this sign just in case. Matthew, our quest has led us to this murdered lion man, so we'd better get solving this mysterious case. I am a little bit behind, so I do plan to speed up the autopsy, but I'm going to get some stars, so sit tight, everybody. Okay, I got me 8 stars so far. Let's get this sign out of the way. First. Voila! No poppy picking by order of the Scarecrow. This is like the Wizard of Oz. Okay, so the sign reads, "No poppy picking by order of the Scarecrow." The Scarecrow sounds weird as... Oi, you better not be picking my flowers. You must be the Scarecrow, sir. Could Matthew and I have a word? Mackenzie Herring is how he goes by. So, Mr. Scarecrow, that's a strange name. It ain't my real name, you doofus. That's Mackenzie Herring. People only call me the Scarecrow on account of my job of keeping the birds away from the poppies. I like to stand very still and then pounce and slice their heads off with my scythe. Okay. Mr. Herring, we're actually investigating the death of a man whose body was found in your field of poppies. He was wearing a lion costume and... A lion costume? Then you must be talking about Norm White. He's an entertainer at Aquamarine City, up on the hill yonder. So you knew the victim. Are you aware of anyone who'd have wanted to harm him? I found Norm kinda annoying, but then I disliked the most human company. Don't think it was enough for someone to want to kill him, though. Alright, thanks for your time, sir. Matthew, since our victim worked at Aquamarine City, we should go have a look around it. Well, let's get the torn-up ticket out of the way first. This is a one-way ticket from Nebraska to Kansas, Matthew. And the passenger's called Dolly Hale. We should find her and see if she knows what happened to our dead lion man. We're definitely not in Nebraska anymore, are we, Tutu? Hello, you must be Dolly. What brings you to Kansas? I ran away from home to come and seek my fortune at Aquamarine City. Me and my dog Tutu here do awesome tricks together. This place is already so wondrously magical, and I haven't even set foot in the amusement park yet. Dolly, I'm sorry to burst your magical bubble, but we're trying to find out what happened to a man who was murdered just over there. You didn't happen to see anything, did you? A murdered man? That's not good, is it, Tutu? I'm afraid I was too busy looking at the pretty flowers to notice anything as dreadful as a corpse. Oh, my mama told me Kansas was a dangerous place. Got it. Wow, Matthew, just look at this place. I so wish Gwen could see this, although she'd be too distracted by all the rides to actually do any work. Anyway, we should focus on our case. What did you find? This is a blood-stained lion glove, Matthew. And you're right. Norm White was missing a glove and we found him, which means that this one must belong to him. His killer must have dumped the glove here. Getting a sample of that multicolored powder left on him may give us a lead. And there might be something hiding in that jar of cookies for sure. And I'm not just saying that because I want to eat one, I promise. And I need to get a few more stars. Sit tight, everybody. Okay, I have all stars collected. Now let's get these things taken care of. Let's get that colorful powder from the victim's glove to Priya, Matthew. Got it. A business card. You picked up this business card from the cookie jar, Matthew. It says, for a special treat called the Tin Man. Why does Tin Man sound familiar? Martin Fuller, of course. You're right. Tin Man is Martin Fuller, that drug dealer you met in Chicago. Looks like Fuller's now trying his luck pushing his special treats at Aquamarine City. We better talk to him. Checking if I had a new email message, which I unfortunately do not. Hey there, Tin Man. You're a far cry from the mean streets of Chicago. What brings you to Aquamarine City? You're just a sweet summer child, ain't you, Matthew? Everyone knows amusement parks are the bomb for drug pushing. I really shouldn't have smoked up before I came here, though, because this place is tripping me out. Something special. Right. Well, we're actually investigating the murder of a guy called Norm White. He was an entertainer here. Wore a lion costume. Know anything about that? Can't say I saw any lions about, dead or alive. I did sell some scrappy snacks to a dude who looked like a flying monkey. Or maybe I was just hallucinating. Can't be sure. Oh, I'm buzzing. Client's calling. Gotta fly. There we are. Despite this thing still ringing, I'll see you guys when these two are finished. And we've returned. Let's get the results of the powder. I'm gonna do this before I head off to bed. Hey Matthew, I just checked in on Gwen. The poor girl just can't stop tossing and turning. Even the mild sedatives I've been giving her don't seem to be working. I just hope it can get that mind protection spell sorted soon. Hopefully it'll stop the demon who's been projecting nightmares into her brain. Agreed. Which is why we need to solve our latest murder fast. Did the multicolored powder from the lion glove shed any light on our killer, Priya? It did. That powder came from Munchkin's popping candy. And since I didn't find any Munchkins in your victim's digestive system, it's gotta be your killer who has a penchant for the sugary treat. Well, Matthew, it'll be sour times for our sweet-toothed killer when we catch them. Let's go ahead and get this thing sped up. Only for 6. Matthew, your latest victim was straight out of The Birds, a horror film classic. I'm more into action films like Transmutators 9, but tell us more. Well, the movie's about a bunch of birds that go crazy and peck people to death, which is exactly what happened to your victim. So the multiple holes all over his body, they were made by birds? Yes, and the circumference and depth of the holes show that the birds were crows, but that's not the most sinister part of this story. You see, crows are usually docile creatures. They wouldn't just attack someone in this way. But then I noticed traces of a purple liquid on the victim's wounds. Testing showed that it was a magical violence-inducing elixir. My guess is that someone fed the crows this elixir intentionally in order to make them attack and kill your victim. So this is definitely a murder. And our murder weapon is a murder of crows. That's a first. It is, Luke, my boy. And what's more, we know that your killer uses elixirs. Matthew, our killer may need elixirs to help them, but we're naturals at hunting down murderers. Matthew, we came to Kansas chasing poppies in order to be worthy of a mind protection spell. And instead ended up investigating the murder of a man dressed in a lion suit who was pecked to death by a murder of crows. Our potential suspects so far include a man known as the Scarecrow, who seems to care only about protecting his flowers. Then there's 2 people who've traveled from afar, a runaway called Dolly Hale, and the Tin Man, a drug dealer we crossed paths with back in Chicago. Hopefully... Oh my goodness. And that'll do. I'll see you guys for Chapter 2. Okay, we've returned. Let's start Chapter 2 of A Murder of Crows. This is what we last left off on. Matthew, what the heck just happened? One minute everything was calm, and the next all these colorful things came shooting out of that huge castle over there. I guess that's just part of the fun at a theme park like this. Hey, but the castle looks like the biggest ride in Aquamarine City, which means our victim must have spent time in there. We should take a look around it for clues after I get all this shiny stuff off me. Got it.
Our instincts were right, Matthew. Our victim was here and left behind his backpack. We should look through it. Whoa, is this a hologram machine? Aquamarine Park really has everything. Let's unlock it. Reassembling this photo frame may also give us a clue. Matthew, trying to figure out who let a murder of crows loose on a mysterious lion man. Take care of everything first. Seven, 6, 9. Okay. 7, 4. 9, 6, 7. I did it. All right, let's take a look at the hologram, Matthew. Hello, my gorgeous honey buns, and welcome to Aquamarine City. I'm Frankie Sparkles, but you can call me the Wizard. I'm here to make sure your visit is extra sugary with frothy cream on top. Love and kisses, my sweetums. Matthew, I've heard about this wizard dude. He's the owner of Aquamarine City, which makes him our victim's boss. We need to have a word with him. Excuse me, Mr. Sparkles. Call me the Wizard, darling, because everything I do is magic. Sure. Mr. Wizard, we're here because one of your employees, Norm White, has been murdered. Norm's been murdered? Oh my. He was one of my most fabulous workers, the most ferocious lion man in the land. You didn't happen to notice anything amiss with White, or know of anyone who might have wanted to harm him? Oh, honey, I'm far too busy to know the lives of my little worker bees, but you will tell me if you find out what happened to him, won't you? I guess we can. Now, why don't you cherubs take these cute jumping passes for this ride, and have some munchkins while you're at it. Love and kisses. Thanks. Got it. Diary. Looks like Norm White kept a diary, Matthew, and lucky for us, he left it in his backpack. Felix is a quick reader. Let's get the diary to him. Got it. The woman in this photo was Aquamarine City's Employee of the Month, Matthew. We should try and find the lady's name in the employee records. Belinda. So the employee of the month's name is Belinda. No last name. That's weird. Anyway, if this Belinda works at Aquamarine City, she probably knew our victim. We need to ask her about him. Excuse me. Okay, let's see what she has to say. Hello, dearies. What can the good witch Belinda do for... Oh, wait. You're not visitors to Aquamarine City, are you? I see death, nay, murder, surrounding you. Do you require a soothing elixir? No, but yes, we're actually trying to work out who killed Norm White. Norm has been dispensed to the realm of the dead. This explains why he didn't show up for his shift today. So you work together, him acting as a lion and you as a witch? Not quite. Norm was a regular guy dressed as a lion, but I am a genuine witch. I just do this theme park job to pay the bills. Here, watch me transform this piece of wood into a creature of beauty. Okay, so you're a real witch. Then maybe you happen to know about some children going missing, allegedly kidnapped by witches. Children? Kidnapped by witches? Who told you about that? I wouldn't pay heed to any such gossip if I were you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I see some people that seem in dire need of my sparkle. And I'll see you guys when the diary has run its course. I'll see y'all soon. Okay, we've returned. Let's get the results of the diary. Yo, Matthew, thanks for sending your victim's diary to me. I always dig getting a peek into the lives of others. In that case, I'd better hide my journal from you, Felix. Don't worry, Lukey boy. You're an open book to me already. If you say so. Anyway, I don't suppose you picked up anything that could help us find Norm White's killer while you were snooping in his diary. Do poppies grow in Kansas? Of course I did, man. Thing is, Norm White didn't just use his diary to write his innermost thoughts. He also used it to slot in various receipts and notes. And one of these notes said, "Somewhere over the rainbow, big crows fly, and somewhere among the poppy fields you will die." Poppy fields, crows, death. Sounds pretty much like the murder, doesn't it? Which means the killer must have written this note to your victim. For sure. But what's all this rainbow stuff they mention? That's where it gets interesting, Matthew. The note was actually modified lyrics from a song called Over the Rainbow. And therein lies your next clue. Your killer's a fan of this little ditty. So our killer knows Over the Rainbow. They won't be seeing many of those when we get them locked up. Matthew, what do you say we return to Aquamarine City for another look around? Of course, that was a hit by, or Somewhere Over the, it just knows Over the Rainbow. You added Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and that's actually a hit by a local musician from my home state of Hawaii, Israel Kamako Vivoole, who, may he rest in peace. Love the guy too. But not the first star. Awesome! You found Norm White's tablet, Matthew. We need to crack the password. And this DVD has a lion on its cover. Could it have something to do with our victim? Let's recover the writing and find out. Moment, folks. Alright, I got myself 4 stars. I'm going to get the remaining star after I get this out of the way. So this DVD is called How to Overcome Your Fear of Lions, and it belongs to Dolly Hale. Surely her owning a DVD about overcoming a fear of lions can't be just a coincidence. It's got to be related to our victim. You're right, Matthew. There's only one way to get answers. We need another chat with Dolly. Chomp, chomp. Oh, hey, Matthew. Want some munchkins? That Scarecrow man was sweet enough to give me his packet. No, thanks. We're actually here to return your self-help DVD about lions. Oh, thanks. I was wondering where that got to. Dolly, the murdered man we mentioned earlier, his name was Norm White, and he dressed in a lion suit. Did you know him? All right, I'll come clean. I didn't come to Kansas to find a job. I came to confront Norm. You see, I visited Aquamarine City with my folks when I was a kid, and Norm absolutely terrified me with his lion act, all growly and scratchy and mean. I've had nightmares ever since that encounter with the Lion Man. I tried taking elixirs and singing happy songs like Over the Rainbow to get over it, but nothing worked. So my therapist suggested that I come to Aquamarine City and tell Norm how I felt face to face. For catharsis, you know. But by the time I got here, he was dead, and now I'll be haunted by my fear of lions forever. Got it. We better get our victim's unlocked tablet straight to Hope, Matthew, and we can check in on Gwen while we're at it. And I'll see you guys when this is done. See y'all soon. Okay, we are back. Let's get the results of the tablet from Hope. Hey Hope, how's Gwen doing? She's still in her hellish delirium, so I don't think you should disturb her. Matthew, if we manage to cure her, I promise I'll never tease her or get annoyed with her again. I'm worried about her too. I really hope she's going to be okay. Honestly, what if Gwen loses her mind completely? Or what if she'll never be herself again, even after we get the mind protection spell? You're right, Matthew. Worrying isn't going to help us. I'll distract myself by telling you about your victim's tablet instead. I happen to find a pretty disturbing video file that he'd saved on there, which I think he was planning to upload online. Take a look for yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm here with my good friend, the Scarecrow. Why do they call you the Scarecrow anyway? Is it because you've got straw for brains? Here, eat this, you scrawny hillbilly. Oh wow. What the heck, Matthew? That was the victim being mega nasty to Mackenzie Herring in that video. We need a word with the Scarecrow about this. You again! You better not have trodden on any of my poppies. Your flowers are fine, Mr. Scarecrow, but what's not is this video we found of Norm White bullying you. Oh, that man was the biggest jerk in Kansas, Matthew. He wouldn't stop calling me names like Bird Brain and Pigeon Face. Even worse, he'd pull off the heads of my poppies just to torment me. All that bullying, it was horrible. I try to imagine there was a better life for me over the rainbow, just like in that song, but no elixir in the world would have been enough to make me forget that nasty numbskull's taunts. Mr. Scarecrow, what White did to you was awful, but I hope for your sake that you didn't harm him in retaliation. Turns out our victim wasn't the nicest of people, Matthew. He bullied the Scarecrow mercilessly and frightened Dolly Hale senseless when she was a kid. We also met the wizard, who runs the amusement park. And another employee, Belinda, who's a real witch. I like to trust her, but remember Arthur Darkwood's warning about witches. What if she... Matthew, you need to come quick. Hope, what's up? One of your suspects is trying to get away. We'll try to stop that suspect in Chapter 3. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we are back. Let's start Chapter 3 of A Murder of Crows. We last left off with Hope telling us that one of our suspects is trying to get away, and this was it. Dolly Hale is trying to escape. I just saw her waiting for a bus on the yellow road by the poppy fields. But Dolly's a prime suspect in Norm White's murder. Matthew, we can't let her get away. We have to go stop her. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Dolly, what are you doing? Why are you leaving? Well, there's nothing left for me to do here, now that the Lion Man's dead, and I miss my mom. I understand, it's hard to be here on your own, Dolly, but we need you to stay here until we figure out what actually happened to Norm. Can you do that for us? What do you think, Tutu? Okay, Tutu says he wants to play some more in the poppies, so we'll wait. Thanks, Dolly, and Tutu. Now, Matthew and I are going up to Aquamarine City to take another look around the castle ride. Why don't you come with us and enjoy the park a bit while we work? Got it. Matthew, this envelope's stuffed with fake Aquamarine City dollars. Trust the wizard to put his own face on the notes. But more importantly, the message on the envelope says, "You're a dead man, Norm." That sounds ominous. Taking a sample of that brown stain might tell us who wrote this threat to our victim. And this cat robot toy thingy has a tag saying, "For Norm." Let's crack the password to unlock this gift to our victim. Matthew, we're well on our way to catching Norm White's killer, so let's keep the momentum going. Got it. Looks like you can record messages on this cat toy. Let's have a listen. Norm, you are a vile beast. I hate you so much. Sounds as though someone didn't have much love for our victim, but the voice has been distorted, so I can't figure out which of our suspects sent him this message. You're right, Matthew. Maybe Hope can undistort it. Let's send the cat to her. Got it. Brown sludge. Let's look under the microscope at that brown sludge from the money envelope, Matthew. Soil. Matthew, that brown stuff from the money envelope. It's soil that you only find in Chicago. That drug dealer dude who's sniffing for clients at Aquamarine City is from Chicago. He must have written, "You're a dead man" on the envelope. The Tin Man had better have a good explanation for his actions. $2 grams, no probs. I got you, my brother. Sorry to interrupt your business call, Tin Man, but we need you to explain why you told our victim that he was a dead man. Come on, that was just me hyperbolizing. You feel me? Fact is, this Norm fool bought a whole load of Spanax from me, but only paid me in funny money and a few packets of Munchkins, because he knows I got a sweet tooth. When I demanded he pay me in genuine greenbacks, he said he'd rat me out to his boss man if I didn't shut up, and I'd lose my spot in the amusement park. So is that why you killed the man? So you could continue your drug dealing here? Not so loudly, dude. And I ain't no killer, so stop accusing me of murdering people. Hate to say it, but he's right. So we'll let the cat run its course. So for now, this is Matthew. I'll see you soon.
Okay, we've returned. Let's get the results of the cat from Hope. Matthew, my guinea pig can't stop playing with that RoboCat you sent. He looks so cute. It's even got my mind off worrying about Gwen for a bit. Well, Scrooge can keep it once you tell us if you could figure out who recorded the message about hating our victim. Yeah, so it took a bit of software hacking to undistort the voice, but I finally did it. And it was Frankie Sparkles who sent this hate message to your victim. Wait, our victim's boss sent him a voice message calling him a vile beast? I wonder what one of the Wizard's most fabulous workers did to deserve such insults. We should ask him. It's after 2 already here. Oh, hey again, Matthew. You're just so adorbs that I can make an elixir of pure gorgeousness out of you. Thanks, I guess. Mr. Wizard, you told us that Norm White was an excellent employee, so why did you send him a message calling him a vile beast and telling him you hated him? Ooh, you weren't supposed to hear that, Nasagio. But if you really must know, I was mad because my fierce lion had turned into a fuzzy-wuzzy lap cat. I even saw him letting visitors pet him. That wasn't giving them the thrills and chills they'd come for now, was it? Norm had become so complacent in his work that even Belinda was livid with him. And she loves everyone. If you don't believe me, you can ask her herself. Ask her yourself. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Matthew, Belinda the Witch is our next port of call. Belinda, the wizard told us you were mad with Norm White. That's not a very good witch thing to do, is it? No, it isn't, and I'm not proud of it. But I had good reason to be cross with the man, because he was sabotaging my performances. The victim was sabotaging your performances? Why would he do that? I do not profess to understand what motivates people to do bad things, dear Matthew. Perhaps he was jealous or bored. Once he even began to heckle me while I was singing Over the Rainbow as a duet with the wizard. I got so incensed that I turned one of the poor onlookers into a toad by mistake. Norm made me a bad witch, Matthew. I shan't ever forgive him for that. So, Matthew, we now have a bunch of suspects with a valid motive to kill Norm White. Not only did he anger his boss by not doing his job properly, but he also sabotaged his co-workers' performances. What's more, he bought drugs from the Tin Man, but only paid him in fake money. Cheating a drug dealer is never a good idea. We've got to find a few more clues to decide which of these people actually got a bunch of birds to peck Norm White to death. Let's take a final look around the scene of the crime.
That's a dead crow, Matthew. And look at the purple stuff on its beak. It must be traces of the elixir given by the killer. So this bird was one of the murder of crows that was made to peck our victim to death. Maybe grabbing some of that red powder on it will give us a lead. And there could be something hiding in this pile of apples. I agree. Come on, Matthew. We're only a feather's length away from catching our killer. Moment, folks. Okay, I got me 4 stars. Let's get this out of the way. See what's hidden under these apples. Let's see. Got it. Potion. Or elixir. You found a half-empty bottle of purple elixir in the apples, Matthew. This has got to belong to our killer. We need to get this bottle to Priya stat. Got it. Red powder. Let's quickly get the red powder from the killer crow to Priya, Matthew. Okay, I'll see you guys when these 2 are finished. I'll have the last star collected by then, so for now, this is Matthew. See you soon. Okay, folks, I'm going to get this out of the way before I go take a shower. So let's get the elixir results. Gosh, Matthew, I tested some of that elixir you sent me on a bacteria sample I had laying in the back, and they started to eat each other. It's a truly violence-inducing concoction. So you're sure it's the elixir that our killer fed to the murderous crows? Without a doubt. They'd have destroyed anything in their path after drinking even a drop of it. And as for the killer who made them drink it, they left some telling traces of their own on the elixir bottle, namely mustache wax. Which means your killer must have a mustache, and a well-tended one at that. Our mustachioed killer had better watch out then, Matthew, because we're about to catch them. No doubt our murderer is a man. Priya, did you have any luck figuring out what that red powder the killer left on the crow was? I did, and it reminded me of my childhood because I loved to dress up and perform dances for my family. And whenever I did, I'd raid my mother's closet, which was full of colorful saris. And my favorite one to steal was covered in red glitter. So what you're saying is that this powder is actually red glitter? Exactly. And since you can say that it came from a crow that was handled by the killer, I can conclude that they're wearing red glitter. Red glitter won't be shiny enough to light up the killer's dingy cell, will it, Matthew? Alright, Matthew, it's time to go confront the person who used a murder of crows to kill to kill a lion man. It's not Mackenzie Herring. And it isn't Dolly Hale. Certainly not Martin Fuller. Not Belinda. I guess that leaves you, Frankie Sparkles.
pretty big dinner tonight, so I'm a little bit starting to get tired. Frankie Sparkles, you claim to be a wizard, but we now know that you're a murderer. You killed Norm White. Oh, Sweetums, have you had too much candy? Because you're talking gibberish. Don't patronize us. We know all about the crows you turned into bloodthirsty assassins using an elixir. You then tied up Norm and left him unable to move or run away while these deranged birds pecked him to death. Okay, yes, I got Norm killed, but I have an adorable explanation for it. We're all ears, wizard, and don't tell us it was just because he wasn't being fierce enough in his lion performances. Lordy, no. The visitors loved Normie whether he was mean or tame. The reason I killed him was because he wanted to quit his job. What? You killed Norm just because he wanted to quit his job? You don't understand, honey. This wasn't just any old position of employment such as yours. Norm was working for me. Quitting meant leaving me. How could he betray me like that? When he handed in his resignation papers, I became mad as a hatter. That's when I decided that nobody leaves me and lives to see another day. So earlier today, I invited Norman to our Aquamarine City bar to have some leaving drinks. Have you been, Matthew? They make the most divine cocktails. Please stick to the facts, Mr. Sparkles. Yes, so, like I invited Norm to the bar and got him mega-wega drunk until he passed out, the poor thing. Then I drove him out into the fields and propped him up against a tree, all tied up with rope. I spilled some of my cray-cray elixir on the ground near him, and the cute little crows just lapped it up. They killed him in no time at all. It was fabulous. Frankie Sparkles, I think the only cray-cray thing here is you, and we're handing you straight over to the cops. My God, Matthew, I don't think I've met anyone so self-obsessed and unhinged as Frankie Sparkles. That megalomaniac took Norm White's resignation so personally that he killed him in revenge. Who does that? At least now we've solved the murder. We can concentrate again on our quest for that mind protection spell. Let's do this, Matthew. I'll see you guys for Fire Burn and Cauldron Bubble 4-5. Oh, hello. We are back. I just got out of the shower. And before I head off to bed, I'm going to take care of this. Matthew, you solved Norm White's murder, but there's no time to sit back and relax. Because we need to get back on the trail of those kidnapped kids. Darkwood told us that a witch, or witches, are responsible for stealing the children. And you've met a witch here at Aquamarine City, Belinda. She claimed to know nothing about the kids, but she's still our best lead, Matthew. I say we go have a chin wag with the lady. Good idea, but we also have to figure out the next part of the enigma. Remember, it goes, strong winds blow you to the land where hearts fall to become crimson blooms below. Those crimson blooms refer to the poppy fields here in Kansas, so let's see what the compass does now that we're here. I see a weird symbol. It has 4 legs, a black nose, and floppy ears. Oh, you're right, Matthew. This looks like Dolly's dog, Tutu. How strange that Agnes Leak's enigma should involve a dog. You think we should go look for Tutu in the poppy fields? Let's do that, before you go question Belinda with Felix. Okay. I had a pretty big dinner of spaghetti and leftover sauce, so obviously I can feel the tiredness coming. Whew.
Oh. Oh my. Matthew, that's Choo-Choo all right, but he's not looking good. He's foaming at the mouth. But Agnes Leak's compass showed us... Oh my, Choo-Choo, I've been looking all over for you. Matthew, why isn't he responding? Choo-Choo, wake up. Quick, Matthew, scoop up some of that froth around Choo-Choo's mouth. That should tell us what's wrong with him. Sure hope it's not the end of the road for the pooch. Matthew, Choo-Choo still won't wake up. I'm so scared for him. Come with us, Dolly. Our chemist will check over Choo-Choo and examine that froth to see what's wrong with him. Now let's talk to Andrea. Or Belinda, rather. I don't know where I got Andrea from. Matthew, I was saddened to learn that Mr. Sparkle's glittery facade was hiding a rotten core. But thanks to you, Aquamarine City is free of his evil ways, and we can focus on what's important, giving the children a magical time. Actually, children are the reason we're here. We desperately need to locate the missing kids Matthew told you about earlier. Yes, I've been thinking about that. And I'm quite sure you're mistaken, Matthew. Even the most ghastly among us witches wouldn't kidnap a child. But if these children are really missing, then I'll do my best to help you find them, and we can clear the witch's name in the process. All I need you to do is fetch my crystal ball from the palace ride. Seems like a fair trade-off to me, Matthew. Let's head over to the palace ride to find this crystal ball. Maybe we can even sneak in on a go on the ride while we're there. Thank you, my darlings. And here, wear this to blend in among the park employees to access the ride. Okay, so we did it twice. Oh well. Sorry guys, I'm really starting to feel tired. Oh,
go. Broken picture. The music on the ride was mega catchy, Matthew. I'm gonna have it stuck in my head all day. And well spotted. Those broken pieces of glass must be Belinda's crystal ball. We better fix out the pieces so if she's to have any chance of locating those missing kids. Right now, Belinda's crystal ball is back in one piece. Yes, I know she seems all sweetness and light, Matthew, but you can never be too careful. For all we know, Belinda might have put a hex on it to mess with whatever it shows. Come see me in my lab, once I've checked the crystal ball over for any hocus pocus. And I'll see you guys when these two are finished. Thank you for watching. Excuse me. Well, folks, we've returned. Let's get the results of the crystal ball from Felix. I'm a little bit behind, but I'm going to get this done in time to go to the next case for free. Excuse me. Went out to dinner, by the way. Matthew, I can confirm that this crystal ball is squeaky clean. There were no hexes, bewitchments, or jinxes to be found. And my own attempt at scrying, which is what witches call the magic used to locate a person or object, was a total failure. Oh right, I should explain why that's a good thing. It's because a real crystal ball only works for the witch it belongs to. So let's return this crystal ball to Belinda and see if she can locate the missing children. Let's hope so. Just got out of the shower. Here you go, Belinda. One crystal ball ready for scrying. Oh, goody. You found it, Matthew. Now let's see what we can do about these missing children of yours. Wandering children, lost in the night. I bid you now, come into sight. Did you hear what that witch said? They're going to eat us on Walpurgis night. Oh, gollywinks! You were right, Matthew. These poor children have been kidnapped by witches. And they're going to be eaten on Walpurgis night. Matthew, Walpurgis night is the witch's most holy Sabbath. It takes place every year. And if I'm not mistaken, the next one is 2 days from now. Belinda, we need to know where it's taking place. I wish I could tell you, but we aren't told the location until the actual day. Oh, I just can't imagine who would do something like this. We need to put a stop to it. Take that crystal ball, Matthew. It's yours now. As soon as I know the location of the Walpurgis celebration, I'll contact you through it and we can rescue those poor kitty winks. We'll hold you to that, Belinda. Matthew, there's nothing more we can do for now, so let's grab a snack on our way back to the base. Now the froth. Quick, Priya, what can you tell us about that froth Matthew collected from Tutu's mouth? Do you know what's wrong with him? Yes, I found traces of vixen glove berries in the saliva. Choo-Choo must have eaten some. Vixen glove berries? But they're toxic to dogs. Yes, any veterinarian would tell you that ingesting vixen glove berry has fatal consequences. But luckily for us, Felix says the supernatural has a cure. Choo-Choo needs an injection of vampire blood. Sorry, but what? Vampire blood? I don't know what drugs you're on, lady, but vampires don't exist, and I don't think I want to leave my doggy with you. Dolly, I know this must all sound quite strange to you, but trust me, this is the only way to save Choo-Choo. Luke, Fabian Delamorte is in town. You need to ask him to help Choo-Choo. Dolly can wait here with me. Fabian? Not after that love potion incident. Of course, Matthew. Saving Choo-Choo is what matters if we're to solve Agnes's enigma. Let's go see if Fabian will give us some of his blood. Hello, Fabian. Well, 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 look what the cat dragged in. If it's a second chance you're after, Luke, darling, I've already found myself another plaything. That's not why we're here. We need your blood to cure this poorly pup. Oh my, what's ailing this adorable little creature? He ate some vixen glove berries, and without an injection of vampire blood, he'll die. So unless you're willing to donate some blood, he'll die? What kind of monster do you take me for, Matthew? Pass me a syringe. Here, take this. Quick, Matthew, we need to inject Choo-Choo with Fabian's blood. Matthew, it worked. Choo-Choo's awake. Hello, Choo-Choo. Aren't you a cutie? Uncle Fabian could just eat you all up. Oh, just so you know, Matthew, Choo-Choo might start exhibiting some vampiric traits. No biting or anything, just immortality and such. Now until next time, Matthew. Alrighty, let's reunite Choo-Choo with his owner. Putting some socks on right now. Matthew, how's Choo-Choo? Did you manage to cure him? Good as new, aren't you, Choo-Choo? Woof, woof. Oh, Choo-Choo, you're back to normal. Yep, Matthew, you're back, just in time for the garlic bread I baked for me and Dolly. Garlic bread, yum. Right, I forgot to say, Choo-Choo might vamp out from time to time. A little side effect of the injection, but he's totally harmless, I swear. I still can't get my head around vampires being real. But all I care about is that Choo-Choo's okay. Take this money as thanks, Matthew. Well, Matthew, we found Choo-Choo in the poppy field after the compass set us on his trail. And thanks to Fabian Delamorte, we managed to cure Choo-Choo after he ate some vixen glove berries. Let's check the compass again to see if we're on the right track. Looks like we did it, Matthew. Guess now all we can do is wait for our next clue. Matthew, we knew children were being kidnapped by witches thanks to Arthur Darkwood. And now we know why. The children are going to be eaten on Walpurgis night. Hey, Matthew, the compass is glowing again. And it's pointing in the direction of Aquamarine City. Well, what are you waiting for? You need to get to Aquamarine City now.
Matthew, I recognize the symbol on that letter. It matches Agnes Leek's necklace. This might be the final clue in that enigma she gave us. Let's recover the rest of the writing, quick.
Letter says, "Dear hunters, felicitations. You have proven yourselves worthy of receiving the ancient wisdom of witches. You used your intelligence to solve my little riddle. You showed you can work together with supernatural beings, and you returned something precious to one of my fellow witches. Let us reconvene after the sacred ceremony of Walpurgis Night. Agnes Leek." Matthew, we've done it. This is confirmation that we've solved Agnes Leek's enigma. I guess using our intelligence refers to tracing the poppies back to Kansas, while finding Avery's lost earrings counts as returning something precious. And we worked with a supernatural being, Fabian Delamort, to cure Tutu. According to this letter, Agnes Leek will meet with us after Walpurgis Night, the witch's holy Sabbath, to give us that spell we need to protect our minds from demons. Matthew, let's return to base and let the others know, quick. So, Agnes Leek left us a letter confirming that we've solved each part of the enigma. And that means we've proven ourselves worthy of that mind protection spell we need to shield ourselves from demons. It's about time. Gwen's crippled with constant hallucinations. I'm scared she's losing her mind, Matthew. That spell is our only hope of saving her, but Agnes says she'll only give it to us after the witch's holy Sabbath. Walpurgis Night can't come fast enough. And that's not the first time we've heard Walpurgis Night mentioned today. Belinda offered to help us look for the children kidnapped by a rogue, witch, or witches. And it turns out the children are going to be eaten during the Walpurgis Night celebration, which is being held at a mystery location. Belinda will contact us via her crystal ball as soon as she has the address. So get ready to go, Matthew, because this is going to be a race against the clock. Case number 20, February 27th. That's 2 days from now. That's a Thursday. Okay, that's gonna do for this case. And I'll see you guys on February 27th. I'll see y'all soon.